and directed by one of our most prolific crash test drama writers, Mr. Geoff McCubbin. And it was the judges' selection back in round 1 of Crash Test Drama in March. It stars Poppelwell again, we've seen her before, Geraldine Beattie and Clare Bruggeman. A family asks, "What will we do tomorrow?" Little note, no need to stand for the anthem. I present to you all the 25th of January.
Thanks for coming over, Mum. It's good Jane was actually home.
Come on, Mum. It's not as bad as that. You know, I sleep here.
Oh, so you do. You've only just got up. Dad busy, Mum?
Oh, yes. He's down at the shed, as usual. And I think your Simon's down there with him, too.
So it's just us then?
The real team.
The decision makers. So here's the question for today. What do we do tomorrow?
Australia Day.
Yeah, the public holiday. There's the market and the parade down at Bruggeman.
And the citizenship ceremony.
Oh, yes, that too. Family day out would be nice.
I think Berrima does it very well.
Grandma, what did they do on Australia Day when you were growing up?
Oh, well, nothing in particular, but it was the long weekend and always the last one in January.
So, sort of like the Queen's birthday in June? Nothing very special?
No, but it was good to have the long weekend, you know, just so you could get your breath back after Christmas and the holidays and, you know, before the year really started.
That was good.
No citizenship ceremonies?
Oh, no, we didn't need those. We were all British subjects. Of course.
And then they went and froze the date. What, 30 years ago?
About that. They said it had to be on the 26th of January and it didn't matter what day of the week it was. And we lost our long weekend.
I don't think we really need to have something. I mean, there's lots to be thankful for.
Oh, yes. Yes, we do.
So we do, but have we got the right day to do it? That's the big question these days.
Oh, I know there's talk about it.
What, you mean those Invasion Day arguments? And some councils won't even have their citizenship ceremonies on that day.
Yes, although I know we do one thing right.
What's that?
We have the ceremony at Berrima.
Oh, yes. Such a lovely place. Lovely old buildings, just as it should be.
True, Grandma. But no, just where do they actually hold the ceremony?
Well, outside the old jail. It's a beautiful space there.
Yes, but what is it?
It's a jail?
Exactly. That's what they did on the 26th of January, 1788. They opened a new jail.
That's not right.
That's a bit... How strong, isn't it, Jane? They knew what they were doing. This is a whole new country for them.
Yes, but they were taking over.
But they thought it was empty, if I remember. But you did a lot of Australian history, and at university too.
We certainly didn't do much.
Oh, well, I knew all the kings and queens of England off by heart.
Oh, we did all that too. But as for Australia, Captain Cook and Governor Phillip and crossing the Blue Mountains and explorers and finding gold, Federation, Gallipoli, and that was about it.
No natives guiding the explorers, losing the land, the odd massacre.
Oh no, none of that. I mean, well, we knew the Aborigines were there at the start, of course. But then they just sort of disappeared.
Well, I never met anywhere back then.
That's because they were often reserves or living in the outback, well out of the way.
Well, of course, I know a lot of them got sick and died from the diseases we brought, like smallpox and measles, diseases like that.
Oh, well, that is sad. That's like us bringing in the rabbits and the foxes. They do just so much harm.
No, Grandma, it's a lot worse than that. You know, I know they got our diseases, but you know we actually fought them while we took their land?
Well, that's a bit strong, isn't it?
Well, they did kill about 2,000 settlers all up, and they were made to pay for it.
2,000? You sure that's right? That's an awful lot.
Oh yeah, there's no problem about that. That's all agreed and recorded.
Well, that is a lot. But what about the natives? Were they killed?
That's much harder. Some we just don't know. Lots were hushed up. Official figures were fudged. But even the black armband people have about 20,000, and it may have been so much more than that.
That's 10 to 1.
Well, if it was that many, it's just too sad to think about. And it was such a long time ago.
Not really. 1928, 13 years after Anzac Day, Gallipoli, at Coniston in the Northern Territory, the last big teaching them a lesson. Officially, it was only 34 to 1, but most historians say so much more.
What? More than 34?
Oh yes, there was the usual whitewashing crew, pun intended. A dingo trapper was killed after sleeping with the tribesman's wife, and all of the natives got punished. At least 70, and no one was ever charged over it.
1928. That's not so long ago.
And the people there now haven't forgotten. Your parents were around then, Grandma.
Well, perhaps the Aboriginals were trespassing and wouldn't go away.
No, that's just it. They weren't. The settlers didn't own the land. It was leased for pastoral leases. In 1848, Earl Grey said that... What was it?
Was it the natives?
Yeah, the
They had their
natives.
time on.
Yeah, Earl Grey said that the settlers couldn't own the land. They couldn't deprive the natives of their formal right to be there. A lot of the squattocracy acted as if they owned the place, but they didn't.
Well, who did?
The Crown. Earl Grey said they couldn't be there. That's pretty much it. They weren't allowed.
But wasn't there some court case about all that?
Yes, the Wick case in 1890. No, that 1998. That was the one. The Wick case. It said the natives still had that right. It surprised a lot of people who didn't know their history, but the court just agreed with Earl Grey.
Was that the Earl Grey who made the tea?
No, Grandma. That was his father, the first Earl Grey, Prime Minister, who got the recipe from China.
Oh, I like Earl Grey tea.
It was his son, the second Earl Grey, who made the rules for the colonies and the natives.
Look, this is all a bit much. I think I'll go and make us another pot.
Earl Grey?
Oh, of course.
So, Australia Day tomorrow. All that grief after Governor Phillip and all that, I can see why some people don't like the date. But there's so much that we just don't know has happened. It's like they've hidden it.
Oh, it was. There's lots to celebrate. I just think we need a better day.
Yeah, but that's the hard part. So, when did we first become a country, the Commonwealth?
1st of January 1901.
Oh, too close to Christmas, that wouldn't do.
Nah.
Anzac Day, that wouldn't do either. There's too much else to deal with then.
I've got a radical thought.
Yeah.
The 15th of February.
No, it's early in the year. But why then? I don't know anything about that one.
The 15th of February 1942 was the first time since 1788 we were on our own. The British Empire collapsed, the Japanese took Singapore, and we were on our own.
No, but the Americans stepped in to help us. We'd have been lost without them.
True. Perhaps we should go for the 4th of July.
Better time of year. No, there's too much American stuff here already. What about that other weekend, the one in June, the Queen's birthday? Nothing much on then.
It's not even the Queen's actual actual birthday, and that's England. We have to do better than that.
Yeah, that's right.
I wonder what date Donald Trump's birthday is.
Oh, tell me you're not serious.
Well, no, we're not going to solve this one today.
No, but I tell you what, there'll be lamb roast tomorrow.
Yummy!
So, what are you doing tomorrow?
Oh, I'm going to Barrymore.
Oh, that's nice.
After all that? Yes, after all that. I still believe all that. But Joe and his family are becoming Australian citizens tomorrow, and this is their day. I want to be there for them.
Joe. Lynn Joe.